everyone, and welcome back to the DDP Yoga series. It's another video looking back on how the exercises have gone for the last 5 days, and also just what's been going on in my life in general. The DDP Yoga, as we discussed last week on the last video, was because I've changed it up as we've gone along, because I think if you do the same thing so often, you become immune to it to the point you get apathetic. So we switched it up from doing yoga one day, the bespoke workout the next, to doing yoga and the bespoke workout on similar days, on the same days, sorry. And from the week just gone, we switched it up to doing stand-up, or doing DDP yoga, bespoke workout, and the red hot core combination. So that's the first week of 4 weeks of doing stand-up, bespoke, red hot core. The bespoke workout had crunchies in it, which is basically what red hot core is, so it's an amalgamation of the two. The red hot core crunchies are a little different. After the first week of doing it, it's been great. I've really enjoyed it. I've been using the weights that Josh got me for my birthday for the bespoke workout part of it, for the bicep, triceps and flies, and the shoulder rotations like this. And weight wise, we have kind of stayed the same. We have gone from 275.2 pounds to 275.5 pounds last week to 275.8 pounds this week, which is up 0.3 of a pound. So for the last 2 weeks, we've gone up just over half a pound. That I'm happy with. I'm kind of trying to focus away from the weight and kind of go more on how I feel, how clothes fit, how stiff I am in the mornings, how stiff I am after having sat down for maybe an hour or two and getting up to move around. And that, the mobility thing, is a lot better. It's continuing to improve. Half a pound is nothing. So with that, I'm not too fussed with the weight side of it. It is what it is, and with me working out and increasing the capacity for the lifting, then the theory goes that muscle weighs more than fat. So if I'm actually increasing my muscle mass and my fat is decreasing, then the weight could fluctuate less. It could stay at a higher number than expected, even though things are improving. So while I'm still trying, and my goal is still to get to 265, the fact that for 2 weeks it's been consistent, I'm happy with. It's going great. The exercises of going from the stand-up into the bespoke workout is going really well. As I said, I'm going to do that for 4 weeks, then I'm going to switch it up, because stand-up is focused mostly on upright. There's no mat work. I don't want to do that too, like, all the time. I want to do something next, so I might switch it to energy or fat burner afterwards. I'll have a look at the exercise videos, see which one I think would be best suited to mix that up and do that for 4 weeks. But for now, for the next 3 weeks, it is going to be stand up, the bespoke workout, and red hot core. So we'll see how it goes over the month of March. We're at the end of February now. It's the 29th of February day as I'm shooting this. So we'll see how March goes as we head towards the end of winter, the beginning of spring. We have a number of things on the horizon there, including the Wales Comic Con and WrestleMania weekend. So that's some things to look forward to. In non-yoga news, Joshua watched Terminator Genisys last night. As we've been chronicling over the last couple of weeks, since he turned 13, we've been watching the Terminator series of movies, so he's now caught up with everything but Dark Fate, which actually comes out on home release, I believe, on Monday. So it's just serendipitous that we've got Genisys out of the way. We will be able to watch Dark Fate next weekend. There's not going to be a delay. Interestingly, And I thought this was fascinating. Josh felt that Genisys is the best of the Terminator movies. It's the one he's enjoyed the most. And what's interesting is, because for me it's Terminator 2. Terminator 2 is the pinnacle, I think. But Joshua was watching these in a short span of time. He watched all 5 movies in the span of 5 to 6 weeks. And he's been unencumbered by nostalgia. There's no nostalgia there for him, in the sense of he's obviously known who the Terminator is for a long time, but he's never seen the movies till recently, so he doesn't have the nostalgia of us looking back. So like when Terminator 2 came out, it was huge, and then it was like 12 years before Terminator 3. So there's a lot of nostalgia and goodwill built up from Terminator 2 to Terminator 3, which was deemed unnecessary based on the ending of Terminator 2. Terminator Salvation tried to do something different by taking it in the future, and the nostalgia has affected how those movies are looked at. I've enjoyed them all as well. I can see they have flaws, but Joshua loved Terminator Genisys. He lost it when he realised that, because spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, so if you haven't seen the movie, skip forward a couple. It kind of ignored 3 and 4, so this was the first attempt at rebooting it as a sequel to Terminator 2. So Terminator 3 was a sequel to Terminator 2, Terminator Salvation was a sequel to 3, so Terminator 3 was the first one to actually be a sequel to Terminator 2. The Sarah Connor Chronicles was also alternate timeline sequel to Terminator 2, as is Genisys. So that's 3 alternate timelines now. And with Dark Fate also being a direct sequel to Terminator 2, that's 4 alternate timelines in this series. So 1 and 2 are always canon, and then it goes from there. But Genisys is the first one where it starts that you see the end of the future war, where Skynet has lost and it sends back the Terminator, the first one, in a last-ditch attempt. So it's the first time we're seeing that, and then we see the events of the first movie in the first act of Genisys. And Josh lost it when he realised that we were going through the first movie again. So it's very reminiscent of Back to the Future 2 revisiting Back to the Future 1. And so he lost it at that. Then he lost it when the alterations to the timeline started happening. So like Pops, the old Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator, turning up to destroy the first one coming back. The Hoods, played by Bill Paxton in the first movie, not being killed by the Terminator and actually escaping. The scenes with Kyle Reese being redone, with the T-1000 being present. Josh lost at that, and he was wrapped by the rest of the movie. He was shocked in a great way when John Connor was shown to be a Terminator when he came back from the future, because he's never seen the trailers either. That was spoiled in the trailer, and that is possibly the biggest mistake they made with the marketing for Terminator Genisys. That should never have been shown in the trailer. Him coming back to the past, possibly as a hook to end the trailer, would have been great, but showing him as the actual Terminator was just wrong. So I think that clouded a lot of people on the movie. But Josh loved it. So Terminator Genisys is his favourite of the movies. It's Genisys 2, 3, 1, 4. But he's loved them all, and I enjoyed them all as well. And it doesn't matter how good something is, one of them has to be the worst. It doesn't mean it's bad, it just means it's not as good as the rest. So that was Terminator Genisys. He absolutely loved the movie. So I'm looking forward to him seeing Dark Fate. That will round out the Terminator movies, and that will lead us into the Sarah Connor Chronicles, which we're going to give a go as it's a more long form TV series. I don't know if he'll get into as much. I hope he does, but we'll see how that goes. As for me, I'm off to see The Invisible Man on Monday. It's Lee Wannell, who did the Saw movies, involved in Conjuring, Upgrade. He's never disappointed me with a movie at this point. So it's his version of the Invisible Man. It was originally going to be part of the Dark Universe that Universal Studios were going to put together with their Universal monsters. The Mummy, Frankenstein, Dracula, the Invisible Man, the Wolfman, Creature from Black Lagoon, that kind of thing. But the Tom Cruise starring Mummy bombed so badly that that idea was just completely scrapped. So this is like its own standalone version of the Invisible Man. The trailers make it look amazing, so I'm really excited to see that. I also got to see the trailer for the new Candyman movie, which is a direct sequel to the first one. Which is looking really good as well. Jordan Peele's involved in that, who also gave us Get Out and Us, so it's a good pedigree there. And I'll let you guys know what I thought of The Invisible Man after I've seen it on Monday. I'll put a review up of that. I haven't done a movie review for a while either, so I'll put one of them up. The competition that we had is now closed. There'll be more details of that in a later video on the channel, because I'm going to be doing a bit of everything video later on the channel as well. So the competition details and the winner of that will be announced during that video, because I got a Walking Dead, it's not Lego, it's a construction set to build the Governor's Room from season 3 of The Walking Dead. So I'm going to be building that. Josh may be helping me, he is here this weekend. So we'll see if he wants to get involved with that one or not, but we'll be building that as one of the Bit of Everything videos. So I hope you stick around and stay tuned to see who's bagged themselves a load of goodies. I also passed my first assignment on my ILM course, training course for work, which I got a good pass. You either got a no pass, a pass, or a good pass. I got a good pass, so that sets me up nicely for the second assignment, which is due to be submitted by the 11th of March, so I'm looking forward to getting that done. That will finish that part of the course. Channel wise, the top 10 movies is still coming along nicely. As I mentioned, there's a lot more prep to get that one sorted, so it's taking a bit of time. I'm hoping the effort is worth it and the videos come out to the quality you expect and the quality you deserve. I hope you're interested to see what makes up the top 10s of each year in our opinion, and what makes it to the final top 10, and then what comes out as our movie of the decade. But that's still about a month or two away till we get that finished, so I appreciate your patience on that as well. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for taking the time to continue with me on this journey. I thank DDP and the DDP Yoga staff for providing this outlet to improve myself, to help others improve, to form this community, for taking the time to interact with the community, to motivate people. I thank the community for motivating each other. Everyone is a star, everyone is doing fantastic. I will be back next week to see how we're doing weight-wise, size-wise, comfort-wise, generalness-wise. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. You know we gotta get that in. Have a great weekend, people. I'll see you soon.